This is basically what your graphic should look like. This is one of the landscape graphics, and let me show you the edges. It's all very tight fitting, and it comes out, and I wish I could get out farther, it comes out to this very crisp image thing. Let me show you how we got to the framing assembly. Is pretty straightforward. It comes with this instruction guide, and if you follow it, it's not really very difficult to put the frame together. They're basically all the corners are the same, and you'll just use the Allen wrench that came with the frame to put it together as the instructions say. The difficulty comes in putting the graphic in. Okay, when you're going to put in the graphic, you put it in on the same side. The face will be on the same side that you have screwed in your connectors, your frame connectors. So I found that it's easier to put the graphic in before you put the feet on. So you have your frame laying on the floor, and you begin to put in. The graphic corner looks like this. So there's these two plastic tabs, and then there's and it's sewn to the graphic. Okay, so it's sewn to the graphic there, and you're not going to want to put in the tab as far as just sticking in the plastic part. That's not how the graphic goes in. The graphic actually, you'll fold it over. You'll fold the plastic tab over the graphic, underneath the graphic picture, so that the fabric and the sewing line is on top. And this is the edge right here, where the stitching is, that you're going to stick inside your frame, so that it folds over actually, and you're going to lose, what is that, a half an inch or so of the picture, but that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, so you're going to fold it over so that the stitching, and there's a little bit of a plastic tab, little tiny bit, maybe a millimeter of the plastic tab that sticks out, and this is the part that's going to go into the slot. This is going to go into the slot. Okay, so let's look at this. We're putting in the graphic, putting in the tabs, and I started at the top corner. I don't think it matters where you start, and you just sort of push it in as you go along. Push in the graphic as you go along. Now, when you get to the second corner, you're going to have to pull it just like you do a fitted bed sheet. You're going to pull it and stick the tab in. Make sure you don't stick just the plastic tab. Make sure you flip that third side over, and you're sticking in the stitching first with the fabric there. I mean, it's not easy. It's going to be difficult. You're going to have some finger strength to do this. Okay, so there I've got that, and it's tightening up. Okay, we're at the third corner now, and the third corner is going to be, pretty difficult. So I've got it pulled over, and I make sure I'm not sticking in the plastic tab first. I'm sticking in the stitching, folding it over and sticking in the stitching part of it, which is really hard because this is your last side actually. The whole purpose of this is to be tight so it gives you that crisp image. Okay, so I've got 3 corners in, and I'm up here on my last corner. Okay, here I'm putting in the last corner. You just stick it in the frame all the way up to the very edge of the corner, and then you just pull it. It's like that bed sheet, that fourth corner on the fitted bed sheet. You just have to pull it. You see, it's the stitching here. You're not sticking in. you're not sticking this tab in first. You're folding it under the image and you're sticking in the stitching line first where it's attached to the plastic tab, and it's hard to do. You just have to use your fingers and bring that up and stick it in to the slot. Okay, so you've got a nice crisp edge there. And then you put your feet on the image and you're ready to go. The feet come last because it's just, I think it's too hard to put your graphic in while the thing's standing up. You know. So there's my foot on the graphic.